back to TL Faith Mugendi channel. Today's tutorial, we are looking at application of arithmetic progression, and with me here I have an example whereby you are told each month for 40 months Amina deposited some money in a savings scheme. In the first month she deposited 500 shillings, and thereafter she increased her deposit by 50 shillings every month. And the question is now, calculate the last amount deposited by Amina. So what we know about arithmetic progression before we start tackling that question is that the first term of any arithmetic progression is A. The second term is A plus D. The third term is A plus 2D. The fourth term, this is the third term, the fourth term is A plus 3T, all the way to the nth term, which is A plus n minus 1 multiplied by t. So in this case, this is the nth term. So we all know that the nth term of any arithmetic progression is A plus n minus 1d. So if we look at this question, there is a relationship, because we are told that in 40 months, and we should note the 40 months, Amina deposited some money in a savings scheme in the first month. So what does the first month mean to us? First month mean it is the first term of arithmetic sequence. She deposited 500 shillings, and from that time or thereafter she increased her deposit by 50 shillings every month. We are now asked to calculate the last amount of deposit, to calculate the last amount deposited by Amina. So Amina has a saving scheme, and she has saved some money for 40 months. The first deposit was 500 shillings. In the other month, the second month, which is the second term of arithmetic progression or sequence, will be now 550. All right? So if we can try to see how the actual terms are. So we know that in this problem, in case of Amina, that the first term, which is now A, is the first term A. We know that now the first term A is equals 500 shillings. And the D we are talking about, the common difference. D is the common difference from one term to another. Maybe it is good to have an example of a sequence. Assuming that we have a sequence, arithmetic sequence like this one. Let's try to understand. Thereby the first term is 3, the second term is 5, all right? The third term is 7, the fourth term is 9, all the way to the last term. Okay? In this case, A, the first term is 3, D is 5 minus 3, which is 2. The nth term, therefore, will be a plus n minus 1 d. In this case, if we want to get the sixth term, what does it mean? If we want to get the sixth term, then we shall have a plus n, which is now 6 minus 1 d. But in this case of this form of a sequence, then a is 3, then you have 6 minus 1 is 5, we multiply by d, and d in this case is 2. And therefore, the sixth term would be 3 plus 10, which is 13. So that is the same idea we are going to use to solve this kind of a problem. Now, having said that, guys, let us try to focus on the real problem that we have of Amina. Now we are supposed to calculate the last amount deposited by Amina. And we know now that the first term is 500 shillings, and D, the common difference, because we are told that thereafter she increased her deposit by 15 shillings. So D is 50 shillings every month. So what we're gonna do here now is to know how many months did Amina deposit or save. We know N is now 40 months. And the question here, the last amount deposited by Amina. In short, we are at the last term. And the last term here is 40. All right? So what we are going to do, we know that the nth term of any arithmetic sequence is a plus n minus 1 d. And we want to know what is this term. Therefore, we know that a in this case is 500 plus n, which is 40 minus 1, and d is 50. Right? So if we solve, we have 500 plus 39 times 50. So this one automatically will give us that 500 plus, this one is going to be 0, 45, carry 4, 15, 19. All right? So the 40th month, which is now our nth term, will be, we earned 500, will be 0, 5, 14, 2. That is the last amount deposited by Amina. Therefore, last amount deposited is 2,450. As simple as that. Now, another question that might come up is that you may be asked. Now let us now look at part B of this question. But remember, we have said that this is application of arithmetic in real life. Let us look at part B of this. So another question so part B of this one can be to calculate another question that can come from this. Another question that can arise from such a problem is that you can be told to find or to calculate the total amount of money can be calculate the total amount Amina had saved in 40 months. So we are told, remember the first question was to calculate the last amount deposited by Amina. But this one is somehow different from the first one, where we are told to calculate the total Amina and saved in 40 months. So in this case, we are talking now of arithmetic progression. So when we had all our savings from the first month to the last month, which is 40, how much money is that she is going to withdraw after 40 months? So what we are going to do here, of course, if you remember, the difference between arithmetic progression and the arithmetic sequence is that, for example, if we have a sequence, this is an arithmetic sequence. Maybe you can have an example. We have 3, 5, 7, 9, all the way to the nth term. Okay? This is a sequence. But arithmetic progression is when the arithmetic sequence, we get the sum of arithmetic sequence, will be 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus blah 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 plus the nth term. Now the question here is, the question here is to find the total amount Amina had saved in the 40 months. So in short, we are told to find the sum of arithmetic sequence. And we know that the sum of any arithmetic sequence is n over 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 d. Right? Now, our question is, what is n? In this case, n is 40. What is A? A, we know it is the first money that was deposited by Amina. What is D? It is the subsequent increase in the deposit that is constant, that is 50. So we want to know the total amount of money. When we add 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus all the way to the last term, what is the sum of the amount of money, or the total amount of money Amina had deposited in 40 months? So starting from the first one to the last one, which we saw in part A, it was around 2004, it was 2,450 shillings. So if we add all of them from 500, the first term was 500. The second term, which is A plus D, was 750. The third one, which is A plus 2D, will be, no, the D is 50 in this case. This is 550. The third one will be 500 plus 2D, and we know 2D is 100, it will be 600. Then plus the next term, which will be A plus 3D. This is 500 plus 150. We shall have 650 all the way to when n is 40. So the question is, what is the sum? What is 500 plus 550 plus 600 plus 650 plus all the way to when n is 40? So that is the question. That is why now we are going to consider the sum, right? So in this case now we are going to substitute, and we shall have Sn, which is 40, as n, which is 40, divided by 2a. A is 500 plus 40 minus 1 d. And that one will give you a direct 1 mark. So this one in short will be 1,000 plus 39. And remember, d here is 50. 39 times 50. What we have? This is 20. 1,000 plus, this will give us 0, 45, 5, 15, 19. This we shall have 20. This is 299, 50. Then we multiply by 20. What shall we have? 0, 0, 0. This is 18, 19, 4, 5. So this is, so as there are, the total amount Amina will collect after 14 months will be 59,000 shillings. That is the amount of money that Amina will collect at the end of 40 months, with the first month depositing 500 shillings, and thereafter increasing our deposit by 50 every month for 40 months. So I want to stop at this point, but I hope you've understood. If there is any queries or area that you want me to emphasize on, I will not mind doing that, as long as we make mathematics a booster subject. So from me, it's a lot of love, and bye. See you in the next tutorial.